and take a break, and I'll be back in, whoops, 2 minutes. Okay? Don't go away.
James will be back in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to oranges. That's what we're cooking today, is oranges. And what I'm cutting up, just so you'll know, is not an orange. It's a squash. So I'm going to show you how to do a really great vegetable dish. You can do this at Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever you want. You get a squash, right? And you cut it in slices and you pull the pips out of the middle. Now, when you pull the pips out, you wash them under the tap and get all that sticky stuff off, and then cook them in the oven at about 325 degrees for 15 minutes. They're great. You put a little salt on them and kids love them. But what you can do, instead of doing this, is to take a baking dish and your bits of squash like that and put them in a baking dish. This is all there is to this recipe. This is really easy. If we had a bigger baking dish, if I had a bigger one, have I got a bigger one? No, I haven't, but there you are. All you got to do now is to slice and peel an orange. Here's our orange that was in the hot water. See how easily that skin comes off. If you're going to cook with it, you can just put it in there and see it just comes off really easy, and all the pith comes off it. So there we are, and then you cut it thin. And the best way to cut an orange, if you can manage it, is with a bread knife, serrated knife, because it just cuts better. And all you got to do is cut the orange up into slices. You've got a great big orange, great big squash, it works better. 2 ways to get the top off an orange. One is to do it with a knife, and the other, get your teeth in there and go. It depends what kind of family you come from. And especially if you've got false teeth. It doesn't work if you've got false teeth, I'll tell you that. Now, so here we go. We'll pull the skin off this one, and all you do is people like this kind of thing, because squash gets a bad reputation. People say squash, I don't like squash. Well, all right, they don't like squash. Get some bigger orange and just cut it up into slices, and it doesn't matter if it falls apart. All you do is dump the orange on top of it, put that bit around there like that, because that fits. See, and put that bit around there. Oh, we've got a nice bit to go in there. Yeah, there's a nice bit to go in the middle of that. And then we'll fit that around the side of there. What you're trying to do is to get the orange juice into the squash, and it goes in nicely and easily. All right, you get a little bit of butter, and you put a little bit of butter on top of each bit of orange. Don't have to be too fussy with it, just spread it around a little bit. Butter, squash. All right, a bit more butter. Put that on there, and the orange goes on. Here's another piece of orange, we can put that on there. And then put a little bit, you want to flavor it up a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. If you don't like the butter, you can put oil on there. It spreads easier, but just put a little bit of salt on there. A bit of salt on that one, okay? A little bit of pepper, both of them, just so everything gets a little bit of touch like that. Now, crank up the fire and heat up a few walnuts. That's it. The walnuts we'll put in there just to get them crisp, just to start them getting crisp. But they don't need to go in there too long, because they go in the oven and they'll crisp up in there, but we want to get the flavor before we start. We want a little bit of cinnamon. See, this is a sort of Moroccan dish. A little bit of cinnamon on there, like that. And if you've got it, a little bit of orange flower water. You can get it in East Indian stores, get it in drugstores, in the pharmacist, whatever. Just a few drops. You don't want too much, because it's a really potent perfume to it. Now, you don't want to put it behind your ears. It's too potent for that. People will look at you in elevators if you do that. Don't want to do that, all right? And then you get a little bit of parsley to have ready for it. What you do with this now, we've got the muffins, the pound cake in the oven, all right? And I'm going to show you that. I'm just whip them out and let you have a quick look at them. That goes in there to see how quickly they cook, how gorgeous they are. See, already. Isn't that nice? It's going to take about another couple minutes, but I'm going to turn it round so that the back end gets, that's right, so we get them cooked evenly all round. Nice orange flavoured muffins. Now that's one way to do it. If you wanted to do, let's get rid of this junk here. We're dealing with oranges, right? So partially we're going to have, we shove that all over there. We don't need more squashes. Okay, now, if you wanted to make a really great salad, what you can do is get an orange, and one of the easy ways to peel an orange is to take a knife and cut down through the skin. Just cut down through the skin with your knife, and then pull the top off like that, and there. This is a blood orange. I want you to see this. The color of this is unbelievable. It grows in southern Italy and in California. Now, it used to be just in southern Italy, and in southern Italy, in the springtime when these oranges were in, there they were, ready to make a salad. I'm going to cut this into slices. I'm going to cut up a couple more. When you get back 2 minutes, I'll show you how to make something really nice.